Here's the agenda. It's called forced compliance, right? And conditioning. Once you have people do things repetitively over and over, and even if they don't like it, they will do it because they've been conditioned to do it. This is forced compliance. We will force you to comply. We don't care. Pull your children out of these schools. Every single one of them. Every child has the right to be educated. What? First Amendment, right? Life, liberty, and justice. You are impeding on that person's freedom by doing this, because what a person who decides to be another being, if they're choosing that, right? That's what they're choosing. That's what they're choosing. And then you're forcing people to go along with it. That is where we are messing with the First Amendment, right there. Because you're not going to make me believe something that isn't true. And then it comes back to belief. So now we're all in this cult mentality that they are forcing upon everybody. And I need people to wake up to it. Wake up. Pull your children out of these schools. See, that father's immediate reaction should have been, my kids aren't going to go here. They will be homeschooled. And I will encourage every other parent to homeschool. And we will create our own community. And what's going to happen to these public schools? Oh, they will shut down because they won't have the funding. See, nobody's really turned the tide on these tyrants, and they are tyrants. On the school boards, the superintendents, you're disgusting pushing this on children. I'm just going to say that right now.
I think the agenda is just radical postmodern progressivism, just the usual garbage to put into the school, sort of in the personification of a trans teacher, because North Carolina law bars critical theory and gender theory. So I think that this hiring is sort of a loophole.
Well, they're trying to backdoor it, in other words, backdoor the critical, theory that it's obviously infiltrating the classroom in a different way through this persona. That's your theory of what they're doing. Yeah. Well, correct. Aaron, I hope your kids get educated in the way that you feel is appropriate. And I hope other parents are banding together with you, because I know a lot of them are upset about this. But this school district, I think that if the federal government has to get involved, it will. But Aaron, keep in touch with us about how this proceeds. But that school board meeting is something to watch.
No, the federal government does not need to get involved. Stop that. Stop running to the federal government every single time something happens. Take ownership of your city. Take ownership of your family, your children, your resources. They are yours, and you have the right to say, this is what you're not going to do. And if you're choosing to do this, my child will not go there. So those federal dollars that you would be getting, you're not going to have them. And they will be diverted with my child, so they are properly educated. And that's it. Okay. Let's get to the next one. So 𝗑𝗲𝗄𝑠 eyes expansion in business-friendly red states. So Applin contrasted welcoming communities that appreciate 𝗑𝗲𝗄𝑠's family-friendly brand jobs and investment with places that don't signaling a pullback from less supportive blue states. Interesting. He praised conservative states with strong workforces and leadership from the governor down, like Arkansas, where Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders welcomed the new store. The Texas chain, famous for its massive 74,000 square foot locations, 120 fuel pumps, and fresh brisket sandwiches and spotless facilities, has 58 stores across 14 states and plans more openings in places like Tennessee, Louisiana, Kansas, Florida, Texas, Georgia, and North Carolina through 2028. And yes, I am a 𝗑𝗲𝗄𝑠 fan. Let me see if you guys can see my cup. This is one of my favorites. This is my 250 cup. And all the bling on there, that's me. That's extra. And then here's my other cup that I got for my birthday. So cute. Again, the bling is extra. It doesn't come with the cup. That's just me. And then My husband got me this cute little phone holder, and it actually does hold your cell phone. Now, I left the card in place because it's just easier. I'm sure if you remove the card, it'd be the same and it holds your phone. But he's like a little plushie. He's a plushie Bucky. Bucky's is my favorite place. It really, really is. When we're traveling and we're going, I love to stop there. I love just going inside the store and, seeing the different items that they've come up with. They've got t-shirts. And I mean, if you could imagine it, Bucky's probably has it. They have their own popcorn. I'm just saying, I appreciate the grind. It is absolutely wonderful. It says life's too short. Bucky CEO won't build in blue states that don't appreciate the brand. And there are some states that are, predominantly Democrat that he's not building in. And I'm okay with that. I am totally okay with that. And a lot of people say, well, that's not fair. No, that's business. And that's what we need to get back to is business. See, most Democrats are into destroying businesses because they want everybody living off of the federal government. What is that? You're going to run out of money. If people aren't working and they can't pay taxes, how does the government function? That's just an easy conversation that nobody wants to have. But in your mind, these individuals that are on this whole socialist communist movement, move to Cuba. If that's what you really want, if that's what you really desire, move somewhere where it's already happening so you can check it out for yourself to see if something that you really, really want and desire. But not from the comfort of your couch. Because see, right now you're comfortable. Right now, nobody's breaking in your door because you have more wealth than your neighbor. And why do you have more wealth than your neighbor? Why aren't you giving up your couch so they can sit on it and you can sit on the floor? I thought that's how socialism is trying to work, right? We got to share everything equally, right? You shouldn't have more than somebody else, right? Why don't you cut your couch in half and give half to your neighbor who's not? Why don't you take that homeless person in that's sitting on the front of the stoop and share your resources and your home with them as opposed to leaving them outside? Yes, you're not real socialists and communists. Not here in America. You just want to do it from the comfort of the couch. Y'all are weird. I will always say that. Y'all are weird. Okay. And into this last one. So TikTok removes Spencer Pratt video on algorithmic psychosis and 𝗵𝗫 trial. So in the clip, the former Hills star linked social media algorithms to socialite issues tying into the 𝗵𝗫𝗀𝗃 murder trial over her 3 young children's 2023 unalivings in Duxbury, Massachusetts, where her defense cites postpartum psychosis. Ex-users reposted screenshots questioning removal amid concerns over TikTok's ByteDance ownership and content moderation. Pratt noted mass reports led to the takedown of and urged sharing the video elsewhere, spotlighting debates on platform accountability and free speech. There's no free speech on TikTok. There's the speech that they want you to have. That's different. There is no free speech on TikTok. And I know that. Now, yes, I do get on there on lives to talk about the redemption party when I can. We're actually going to have one coming up this Saturday. If you guys want to join, I'll make sure I post it here. I'll post it on X and other social media platforms so you guys can be a part of that conversation. But there's certain things you can say and not say, and it's just weird. Like they always have to tell me, and it's not funny, but I have to say, remind me of what I can't say on here, because I'm not used to censoring myself anywhere. When the word unaliving came about because of all these social media platforms, you can't say this and you can't say that. How am I supposed to communicate if I can't just say what it is? Oh, that's the point. Yeah, that is the complete point. So let's check out. We're not going to check out this whole video. Spencer, it's 10 minutes. Goodness. We're going to see. We'll do 2 minutes of it, but you guys, it is posted here on X. Obviously, you can't show it on TikTok.
The internet was a mistake. We have officially broken bad. Recently, a married mother of 3 young children was grappling with postpartum psychosis, not just depression, but psychosis. She was committed to a psych ward for a brief stay, but she lied her way out of it and made her way back home. When her husband left the house to go get food, she took her 3 young babies into the basement, lined them up, and one by